Hello and welcome. Now today, got this 2012 Hyundai Accent behind me, 1.6 4-cylinder. And today I'm changing the Downstream O2 sensor, which is this one right here that I'm using. So, let's get to work. First thing to do is we're going to remove the cover so we can get to everything and see everything. We look back here, and it's right down there. You can see right there. Barely above my finger. It's kind of down there low. Yes, it's going to be a challenge to get to. And this is the first thing we're going to do is unplug this one. But first, if you can see, there's this little tab right here where that pushes in. So we're going to pop that out. There's a couple of these little metal tabs that's holding the wiring harness in place, and you take those off, you can see them, give you some more room. Now we can see the plug-in to unplug it. Just makes it so much easier being able to see. It's unplugged. Of course, it's unplugged. It's time to remove the sensor, but let's be honest, looking at it and how much room we have up here, we're gonna have to do it from underneath. Now here I am under the vehicle. It's gonna be hard to show you. I have a 7/8 boxed in wrench on there. In order to break it loose, what I had to do was use a secret combination. I have a 1-inch here. Hook it like that, which I'll show y'all later. And pry up on it. It's the only way I can actually break it loose. So now what I gotta do is just take it down here, unthread it, which the wiring harness, what left is in the way because I did cut it in order to get the boxed in on it. And I'll show you, look right there, it's cut. Now let me show you the combination of wrench. Now let me show you the secret combination. So here's the sensor. Obviously I cut it. I couldn't get all the way down here. Cut the wiring harness off. Not a big deal. But because it's such a long reach, in order to get leverage anywhere and any to move, I had to use 7/8 and a 1-inch. Now what this allowed me to do was go through the wiring harness here and get my 7/8 on it like that, where it's angled towards the exhaust pipe for the most amount of space. So you can see the wrench is angling that way. Then what you do, you slide this on there like that, and now you can create leverage, and there's enough leverage to turn it. And since I was on it like this from this angle, all I had to do was push up from underneath, and it broke really easy, broke loose, and that was it. So not only do you use the box in for the fact that you can connect your wrenches and use that leverage, but also because, unlike the open end, you're either here or you're there. With the boxed in, you can be here, move it, you can be there, move it, or you can be there to get it where you can get enough leverage to fit it in there and enough room to push up and turn it. Now I was going to go back under there and install the new one. Just don't forget to put the special anti-seize that comes on it in the package. So I'm just going to go up in here. And get this sensor threaded and hand tight. which is going to be a little bit of an issue because you can't really see. But the biggest issue, as always, with any O2 sensor that I've ever had is the wiring wants to fight you. You can start threading it, and sometimes the wiring wants to unwind and then take some threads with it. Not off, but loosen it. So you kind of got to work with that a little bit and keep moving the wiring harness as you're going. And obviously it likes to catch on everything, because that's what wiring does the best. But we will turn it a couple threads and move it so we don't catch on anything, so we don't bind up the wiring, and so it doesn't try to slightly undo on us until we get it hand tight. Now, once we got it hand tight, I'll take my 7/8 and tighten it down. And on this one, we're just forced to use the open end, but that's okay, we can make do with that. And I know it's hard to see everything I'm doing. I'm doing my best on this one to show you. Kind of flop the wrench around in order to keep throwing it down. But just make sure it's good and tight. And then we can run the wiring harness up. Okay, put our wiring harness up here, and I'm going to push it up to where I can grab it from up top. Now, of course, last but not least, bring that wiring up. Put it back in the metal holding retainers to keep it away from all the heat. Then simply just plug it back together and bring it back over here and push it back in its place where it belongs. There. That way it holds and stays. So there it is. Downstream is changed. Fairly simple. Yes, you have to jack the car up. And I use 2 wrenches. Most people have wrenches. So still fairly common tools. Easy to do. A little bit of patience. Save yourself a ton of time and money. I hope this video proved helpful. As always, thanks for watching.